Now, that same article pulled out Russian lesson learned from Spetznaz GRU reconnaissance point of view. And the authors were Nikitin and S. Kozlov. They called this one section the Commandments for Servicemen in Chechnya. And what they actually were was tips on cultural sensitivities for Russian soldiers. And they are as follows. And when I read through these, this is a directive on how to treat other human beings that you're dealing with. Chechen, Russian, American, subordinate, superior, doesn't matter.
What was the title of that again?
Tips on cultural sensitivities for Russian soldiers.
Yeah.
1. Always maintain your authority among the local populace. The Chechens are very critical of people who try to create a false authority for themselves. A so-called patronizing attitude towards others usually afflicts those who cannot gain authority through other means. We talk about this all the time. You don't run around throwing your rank out. Makes you look like a jackass. Next, avoid unwarranted confiscations and unlawful requisitions of food and property. That one makes pretty easy sense. Don't steal from people. Next one, be fair. Every local inhabitant must be dealt with firmly but fairly. Injustice gives rise to negative attitude in any person. So be fair. Reward a Chechen who performs his assigned task well. To accomplish a task that you need to get accomplished, choose the most authoritative person among the local inhabitants and get him to carry out the task. If he does the job right and does it quickly, you should reward the elder by giving him additional authority and by giving him some kind of gift. Reward your people when they do a good job. That's all we're saying here. When dealing with Chechens, display a sense of calm and self-worth. You will achieve more through this than through screaming obscenities. Never beat a Chechen. And it goes on to say, Chechens are a proud people with a very intense sense of pride and self-worth. Therefore, you will achieve nothing by humiliating them, by screaming at them, and by abusing them. You will only embitter them. Right? This is how you treat other people. And it goes on to say, even in casual conversation, do not give orders and do not use profanity that you might normally use as interjections. Mm-hmm. So this idea of yelling and screaming, and you think you're going to get people will do what you want them to do, doesn't work. Right. Next, respect Chechen women, girls, old men, and children as if they were Russians. Always remember that Chechens respect manly qualities, therefore never permit any disrespect or vulgarity with regard to their women. Never allow yourself to curse at defenseless people in revenge for the outrages of militants against Russian women, old men, and children. So keep yourself in check and make sure you're not blaming people for something that somebody else did. Study and be respectful of national traditions. The more you know about the Chechens' national traditions, the more you will understand their behavior. That means you will be able to predict their actions. At the same time, a person that respects the local traditions will be respected himself. Gee, what a novel idea. Know who you're dealing with. Respect what they do. Always remember that the above-mentioned commandments apply to the fullest extent possible to local inhabitants and they do not apply at all to the militants. Never forget, you are in a region where there are insurgents against whom you are at war. Therefore, you can never be certain that the person with whom you are speaking is not helping the militants. Under conditions of guerrilla warfare, it is better to turn down an invitation into someone's home and risk offending the host than it is to take advantage of his hospitality and ending up being an easy catch for insurgents. Again, I think those were just like rules on how to treat other human beings in the world and be successful with it.
Mm-hmm.